story time of how I ended up in a 6-month situationship. And by situationship, yes, I mean I never officially dated this man. There's a lot to get into, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. So with my newfound freedom, I was your definition of like girl with strict parents gone wild. That was me when I first kind of separated from my family. If you didn't know, I got kicked out 4 years ago. I made a story time on that if you guys want to check it out. But yeah, I was just like very curious about things that I was kind of hidden from and like not talked about. So boys was definitely one of them. I downloaded a dating app. I know. I'm just going in with my Fenty Blur Stick in the shade 9. So with my newfound freedom, I ended up matching with this guy. I thought he was really cute. We talked for a bit online and it took a while before we like actually met up in person. And so we went on a little date, and by date I mean he came to my dorm room and we like watched a movie. That was the date. I just was so clueless about dating. We had a really good time. He was like really nice, really sweet. He was really nice to my roommate as well. Yes, I did share a room with somebody at the time, with my best friend. So let's just call him Jake. Let me describe Jake. So he was probably the most good-looking guy that I had talked to at that point in my life. I thought he was so attractive, and it wasn't just me. So I lived in a dorm, and so all my friends like lived on the same floor as me. Both guys and girls would literally walk out just to see him when he would like come to see me. That is the power this guy had. He was just so objectively attractive. He was 6'4". He had green eyes, curly brown hair, which is like for some reason, or not anymore, but it used to be my type. So yeah, I was just like, there is no way that this guy is talking to me. I thought he was way out of my league. I was obsessed, okay? And he didn't go to university, so he was just like, I think 2 years older than me. He was working in trades or whatever, like he was a carpenter, and like that's what he wanted to pursue because that's what his dad was doing, yada yada. Every time after work, after he was done work, he would hang out with me. We would go on dates. We went to the arcade. Like I took him to my semi-formal, which was like a big thing, you know? Like I'm kind of claiming him, like I'm taking him out there, showing him to everybody. I thought he was putting in the work, but I might have been a little wrong in that. He was a horrible texter, guys, like horrible texter. But I was okay with it because we saw each other almost every day. And like, this went on for a while, like months. Like I think at the 3-month, 4-month mark, I was kind of like, why haven't I been cuffed yet? I also just realized that I was always initiating everything. Like he was nice, he liked hanging out with me, he always said yes to when we hung out, but like he would never initiate it first, and it was kind of annoying. I was like, why does it look like I'm obsessed with you? Even though I was. Actually, another thing about him, so he was a dealer, maybe sold some things that are not so legal. So he did have a lot of money. Like he had a lot of cash. He was so stingy with it. Like this man never paid for shit. He never bought me shit, and it was kind of annoying. Like when we would go out for dinner, I remember like I wanted to treat him and I paid for it, and like I got him a Christmas gift. Oh my god, and I had no money at this time. I was broke because I was kind of struggling after getting kicked out and like didn't really know how to make ends meet. I was working at Walmart, so I wasn't making a ton of money. He was making way more money than me, and I was still like treating him and gifting him and blah blah blah. Oh my god, I forgot to bronze before I put my powder on. Whatever, I'll fix that in a sec. I kind of suggested that he should take me out, and he like agreed because I took him out for dinner to Moxie's. Like we went to, and I spent a decent amount on that bill, even though I was broke. Like I needed to pay rent or figure out how to pay for my tuition. Anyways, I was down bad. Okay, leave me alone. He said that we would go to the keg, and I was so excited. I was like, oh my god, my unofficial man is taking me to the keg. Wow, I feel so special. I made like some tips or whatever at work. I wasn't making like a huge amount of tips. The place that I was working as a banquet server, so my tips weren't that great, but like occasionally the guests there would tip me a decent amount of money. Like I think I got $100 one day, and I was like telling him about it, And he's like, nice, more money for the keg. Guys, my jaw literally dropped when he said that. I was like, are you, like, I hope you're joking right now. Later on, he said he was joking about it, but I was like, that is not a funny joke. Bitch, I'm not paying for anything. I am not paying for the keg. Like, I would, but I just wanted him to treat me. Like, I wanted to feel special. I wanted to feel like a queen. I really deluded myself literally up until like last year in terms of like spending money on guys, just really being in my masculine energy. And I also noticed, like, while we were on this date, I was just asking him about like kids and stuff. It wasn't a weird conversation at that point. Like, we were talking for a while, so I was like, oh, like, what are your plans for the future? Like, do you ever plan on getting married? What are your goals in life, whatever? And he's like, I never want to get married, because his dad went through like 3 divorces, which actually I met his dad, which was crazy. And his dad was like, oh my God, aren't you Jake's friend? And I was like, yeah, he broke my heart. Anyways, he was telling me how his dad has been through all these divorces, whatever, and he just doesn't want to get in a relationship because he doesn't want to deal with that. Like, he just wants to live his life and be chill and whatever. And I should have taken that as my sign. Also, I'm Charlotte Tilbury blush in Pinkgasm. I should have taken that as my hint, but your girl was the Lulu. But I can change his mind and I can be the one that he dates and marries and whatever. Oh, men these days just aren't thinking of marriage, and it's really fucking annoying. Anyways, he says he never wants to have kids. He said he wanted to get a vasectomy. This man, he was really trying to tell me that he did not want to date me. I didn't see that at the time. I was just like, ooh, he likes me. We're talking. I meet his mom. I meet his sister, who actually went to the same university as me. Sorry, I don't know why my camera's tilting. His grandparents. Bro, I met the man's grandparents. Like, what the actual heck? Also, how awkward was it, like, seeing his mom the next day, like, in the morning? I'll never understand white people, but whatever. Oh, also something interesting about him. He said that his type, this is important. He said his type was like Arab, Middle Eastern looking girls. So someone like me. And it's because he grew up around a lot of Arab girls. So that just ended up being his type, whatever. Okay, we get it. Like, you're fetishizing me. And he like made it a point to say that he did not like white girls. He's like, ugh, white girls are gross. Like, first of all, why is there so much self-hatred going on here? Like, why, you're also white. I don't know why you're hating on white girls. But yeah, he made it a point to be like, I don't like white girls. Like, I like them exotic. It's been 6 months at this point. Nothing has been made official. I was really bad at communicating, but it was obvious that I wanted to date. So COVID happened. I have to leave the city for a while, and like, I just need, this is like the perfect time to either make it official, or if he's just not about it, to like end things off, because I'm gonna be away for a while. I'll be able to get over him. I spent the last day with him. I couldn't muster up the courage to talk to him about it because I knew I would just cry. So I decided to send him a snap video right before, like, as I'm packing up, getting ready to leave for good from my dorm. So I sent him a video. I'm literally crying in this video, kind of expressing how I feel, how I can't keep talking to him if he doesn't want to make things official, and like, I'm really upset about it and I don't want to keep hanging out. And you know what this man responds with? He says, don't worry, Mina, all good things come to an end. 6 months, guys. 6 months of seeing this guy almost every single day. Good things, he said, my dad said all good things come to an end. I was about to square up with this man. I'm joking. I was crying, I was bawling, I was so sad. Like, that was it. That's all I got. I had to go over my liner again because I'm trying to get over him. Like, there's a song, guys, you know that song Barking? I might link my ting from barking 7 a.m. in the morning. That was our song. Why was that our song? Ew, like, I mean, it's a catchy song, but like, why was that the song that reminded me of him? I have songs that remind me of any of my situationships. Whatever song I'm listening to at the time reminds me of that particular person. 2 months go by and I find out that he's dating someone, okay? 2 months later, 2 months. So he's talking to this girl right after me, ends up dating her 2 months. She's a white girl. I was just like, I don't have a problem with that, but it's just the fact that he made it such a point to be like, yeah, I'm only into Middle Eastern girls. And now he's dating a white girl. And obviously, I was so upset. I was like, I really put myself down for that because I'm not white. Like, it's just inevitable. Like, guys are always gonna choose the white girl over me. I really put myself down for it. And I was really insecure at the time as well. I was also very lost in life. Although I was talking to him, like while I was with him, I was crying almost every single night because of just my family situation. I feel like I kind of held on to him as like some sort of support or just someone that's there. And he was also like to me, he's like, oh, if you ever need a place to stay, you can stay at mine. She was beautiful, guys. What a baddie. I still check up on her to this day. She's a queen. Like, I love her. She's a baddie. But I was so jealous of her. And I was just like, ugh, she's so pretty. Like, fuck. Makes it even worse. So one day I stalk her pictures, as I do, because I check up on her every month, you know, as we do. Or as maybe only I do because I'm fucking crazy. I don't know. I don't do that anymore, I promise, guys. I'm not like a weirdo. So I check up on her one day. I think it's Halloween at this point. It's in October. All the photos of him and her are down. And I'm like, huh, maybe I should text him. So I text him and I'm like, hey, like, I just wanted to reach out. I'm really upset of like how things ended between us and how you like ended up dating someone like 2 months later. It really hurt my feelings. Like, I really liked you. I really wanted to date you and stuff. And like, I thought you didn't want to date anyone and you ended up dating someone in 2 months. Like, it made me feel like shit. Oh my God, I wish you told me. I was like, did you forget everything I said in that Snapchat video that I sent you? I didn't say that, but I was in my head, I was just like, how did he not know that I wanted to date him? Like, was I being that nonchalant? Like, I don't think I was. I was clearly very into him. And basically he said that really wants to see me, blah, 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 blah. But he's like, I just got back together with my ex. Like, I just got back together with her. He's like, I wish you would have texted me like literally a week earlier. I still want to see you though. So this man wanted to see me despite getting back together with his girlfriend. Guys, again, I was very insecure at the time. I thought I had won over her. I thought I was better than her. I was like, oh my God, he wants to see me. Like, he clearly likes me more than her. Ew, gross. That's gross, Mina. You're disgusting. He wanted to meet and I was like, yes. Like, I was in my head, I was like, I had him first. I have been talking to him longer because at that point it wasn't even 6 months for them. So I was like, like, I get dibs first, whatever, blah, blah, whatever was going on in my psychotic brain. So I'm like, yes, I want to meet. We don't end up meeting that night, thank God. I messaged him the next day and I was like, hey, I don't think it's right to meet up with like, you're not gonna come to my house while you have a girlfriend. That's kind of fucked up. Kind of very fucked up. That's just not something you do. So I was like, he said he had a lot to tell me. There's a lot he wanted to talk about. And I was like, we can meet up in public somewhere and have a conversation. We meet up at a local bar to chat and he's just really happy to see me. This blush is like too much. He's really happy to see me. He's like, when me and you were together, it was so much fun. There was no arguments. Like, we just really had a good time together. And like, he was telling me how this girl, he couldn't picture himself marrying her. But with me, it was different. This man had the nerve to say that he could see himself marrying me. After literally, while we were actually talking to each other, being like, I never want to get married. I want to get a vasectomy. Like, just so weird. So he's telling me how his girlfriend is psychotic, starts fights all the time, thinks he's cheating on her, which you're literally hanging out with me. Like, what do you mean? Thinks, like, she called it. I essentially tell him, I'm like, you need to break up with her. I was like, I'm not gonna wait for you. He asked me to wait for him to like muster up the courage to break up with her. And I was like, if you really want me, I am not going to stay around for you while you have a girlfriend, while you're doing things with her, being intimate with her, taking her out and like talking to her every day. Like, I'm not going to sit there and like let myself go through that. I was like, I mean, the self-respect did not exist back then for me, but like I had enough to be like, you know, that's wrong and I'm not okay with that. So he agrees with me that it's kind of fucked up for him. He's like, can you give me a week to kind of think things through? And I'm like, okay, yeah, take all the time. Not take all the time, but I was like, I'll give you a week. Like, but by the end of it, if you haven't made your choice, like, I'm out, see ya. Like, we're not gonna be friends, whatever. Like, you choose her, done. He drops me off home. He's so upset. Or so I think. Anyways, the next day, he messages me and he's like, Mina, I broke up with her. And I am so happy. I'm like, oh my God, he likes me so much. I Uber eat him his favorite food, which is pho. He loves pho for some reason. I Uber eat him that because he says he's really upset about the situation. Oh, wait. I forgot to tell you guys. I asked him, I was like, why are you with her even though you like don't like her? And he basically just said he was with her because he felt guilty because she was so upset and was crying and like, he's like, it's like a puppy dog. It's like when you have a dog in front of you and like it's being bad, but like you just have some empathy for it and like you don't want it to be sad. So, you know, he's like, that's why I got back together with her because I just didn't want her to be sad anymore. What about me? I was like, I'm gonna be fucking crying. Actually, I did tear up while we were talking. And he's like, no, I really want to see you. I want to come over. I've missed you so much. And I'm Delulu. I'm like, okay. And he comes over. We don't do anything. I don't want to move fast with him. Like, I want it to like slowly build a relationship again. So he comes over. We don't do anything. Thank God, because I would have felt horrible if like I had actually like hooked up with him. So I didn't. We just watched a movie. We just talked. He left. So the next day, the day following that, I go on his Instagram, like just to see my new man. So I go on his Instagram and it says user not found. And part of me was like, did he delete his Instagram or did he block me? And I didn't think he blocked me because I just thought that was really weird. Like I literally saw him yesterday. So I texted him, I was like, hey, why did you block me? Or not block me, did you like block me or like unadd me on Instagram or something? I should have asked him to clarify, but I didn't. But he basically said, yeah, he just needed to take time off social media and whatever and like heal. And as much as he likes me, he just wants to take a break and just work on himself. And I was so okay with that. I was like, you know what? I don't mind waiting for you if you are working on yourself and you're healing yourself. Because it's one thing waiting for you while you're with another girl and one thing when you're single and you just need time to heal. I was like, I can wait for you. I really like you. I don't mind. Whatever. So I didn't ask him to clear. He didn't say if he blocked me or not. Anyways, so 3 days later, guys, 3 days later, my friend, my roommate, I'm just chatting with her. We're catching up. And she goes on his ex's Instagram and she gasps. And I'm like, what is it? And she's like, the photos are back up. Guys, I wasn't even sad. I was so angry. I was going to kill this man, okay? So I text him and I was like, don't fucking tell me that you got back together with her. And he said, Mia, I'm sorry. I did. I felt so guilty. Oh my God. He's like, my best friend almost stopped talking to me because he hates what I'm doing and like everyone hates me and like now you hate me. I was like, shut the fuck up. You're a fucking pussy. How dare you disrespect me like that? Like if you had wanted to be with her, just stay with her. Like why did you drag me into this? I was like, we could have just been, I could have kept it cordial with you. Like I could have stepped away. Like I gave you that option and you chose to disrespect me. Keys Cosmetics, guys, Keys Cosmetics. I know everyone always asks me. I'll link their website below. I was very non-confrontational at that time too. So yes, I did have a little bit of a yelling match over text with him, but at the end of it, I was like, you know what? No bad blood between us. And I just said like, I'm done. Like I'm gonna separate myself. We're chill though. We're cool. Cause I wanted to be that cool girl that, you know, didn't hold grudges against anyone, but I do. I fucking hate you. Like, I do hold grudges if you do me dirty like that. Like that was disrespectful. I am horribly distraught over this. I tried to keep my cool with him after and he's like, okay, cool. So he probably thought we were like chill after, but we really weren't. I eventually got over him. It took a while, but I did. Like it takes me a while to get over situationships like that. Like someone that I've been super close to and like thought was my best friend. 2-3 years later, I don't remember the time frame, like it was a while, okay? I'm streaming on Twitch because I had my little e-girl phase, and I see a comment. The name looks familiar, but I'm just like the username a little bit, but I'm not thinking it's him. And then he basically reveals that it's him, and he's trying to flirt or whatever on this chat, like while I'm talking to people. And I'm like, there is no fucking way that you are trying to slide into my Twitch stream right now. Not even my DMs, not even a text. This guy is trying to slide into my Twitch stream. And then I start telling my chat about everything that he did. I do like a little story time for everyone on him. Also forgot to mention, like throughout those years, his girlfriend would follow me, but then like unfollow me later. I don't know what was going on. I feel like I was part of this relationship a little bit. I would have so much distrust with him, especially after everything he did. Especially after everything he did with her as well, like breaking up with her, seeing a girl the next day, and then getting back with her. Like, imagine I did something with him. So she actually ended up getting a new man. He was like a carbon copy almost of this guy, and she actually has a new boyfriend now, like someone different. Girl, like you need to be single for a while. Like it is so liberating and healing. Like you just need to do that for yourself. You know, she's doing well. She's looking gorgeous. Like, love you, queen. Like, I always thought you were super cute. Now I don't hate you anymore. I hate him. And they always do come back. That is, if you're gonna take any message away from this, they always come back. You have to have the self-respect of not going back to them. They're coming back to you because you're easy. He came back to me because he could literally break up with his girl, come to me the next day, and then get rid of me after, and me still being like, let's be friends. Like, don't let a man have that kind of power over you. Like, those types of men are not worth your energy. Like, you will find someone's gonna come along your way that respects you, that treats you how you want to be treated, that doesn't confuse you as to whether they like you or not. If any man ever gives me a doubt in my mind that they don't want me or don't want to be with me, like I will confront them about it, or I will just like step away if they're not going to do anything to fix it. Because I feel like I never had that kind of guidance. I never really had anyone to look up to in terms of that. I was always told to just avoid them, which honestly, great advice, just avoid them at all costs. Like that also works. But obviously I had curiosity. And if he has not cuffed you after like 2 or 3 months of seeing each other, men know what they want. Like they will instantly want to date you. Guys know, they're not stupid. They know how they're treating you. They know if they want to be with you. And if they don't, and if you feel like they don't, or they're giving you signs that they don't, then it probably means that they don't. Don't be Delulu. Don't be like me a few years ago, and have a backbone, okay? Anyways, that's the story of how I ended up in a 6-month situationship. I have a lot of more videos coming up. I'm actually going to Miami in a couple of weeks, so I'm going to do a whole vlog about that. More story times to come. Thanks for watching.